Hello, I am going to discuss Chapter 2, Federalism. In Chapter 1, that is power sharing, we discussed vertical division of power, which is commonly referred to as federalism. This chapter would give us a better understanding of Indian federalism in theory and practice. To begin, let us understand certain basic concepts. Government. Government is an institution that possesses basic authority to rule. Basically, it is a group of people who govern or rule a state. We also have systems of government, that is, distribution of power among different parts and levels of government. The amount of power held by the central government determine the system of government a state has. There are basically three types of systems of government, which are unitary, federal, and confederation. In a unitary system, central government holds power. Local government, if existing, do not enjoy much power. They do nothing but implement policies made by central government. In federal system, power is shared between central and state governments. In confederation, the center has very little power and state governments enjoy vast powers. In present times, we have unitary or federal systems of government. So let us compare the two systems. In a federal system, there are two or more levels of government and power is divided between center and state governments. Whereas in unitary system, power rests with central government. The central government has the power to create or to do away with the state governments. In federal system, the constitution clearly defines the power of central and state governments. However, there is no such codification in unitary system. States enjoy only those powers which are transferred to them by central government. In federal system, local governments enjoy power and independence in running day-to-day administration of their state. They are not subordinate to center and are directly answerable to the people. However, in unitary system, local governments are subordinate to the central government and do not enjoy much power. In federal system, all states get representation in the central government, which ensures that the government focuses on both national and local issues, which is not so in unitary system. Globally, we find both federal and unitary systems. For example, US, India, Switzerland, Canada, Belgium have federal system, whereas France, UK, Japan, Sri Lanka have unitary system. Now, let us look at some of the key features of federalism. First and foremost, two or more levels of government. For example, in India, we have three levels of government, that is, union, state, and local. Secondly, the various levels of government govern same citizens, but each level has its own jurisdiction, that is, power or authority, in matters of lawmaking, taxation, and day-to-day functioning. For example, in India, both central and state governments make laws for us and we pay taxes to both. Thirdly, a written constitution for clearly specifying the powers of various levels of government. The constitution outlines the terms by which power is divided or shared by levels of government. The constitution needs to be rigid, that is, not easy to change. The basic provisions of the constitution cannot be changed by one level of government unilaterally. Such changes require consent of both central and state governments. Another important feature is independent judiciary. The courts have the power to interpret the constitution and powers of different levels of government. If a dispute arises between different levels of government, courts resolve them. Lastly, the different levels of government enjoy financial autonomy. That is, they are free to manage financial resources available to them. Source of revenue for each level is specified. Now the question arises that why we prefer federalism. We prefer it because it helps to safeguard and promote unity. It allows state governments to make laws reflecting the needs and goals of people residing in their states. Federalism also accommodates regional diversity. Each state is diverse with respect to language, religion, and culture. And this diversity gets representation as all units are given equal representation at national level. For example, in India, Rajya Sabha represents various states. In federal system, levels of government agree on rules of power sharing, thereby create mutual trust and hence they agree to live together. The division of powers vary from federation to federation. For example, India and US are both federations, but division of power is different. In India, center enjoys more powers, whereas in US, states have more power. The balance or division of power depends on the way a federation is formed. A federation can be formed by any one of the two paths, and those two paths or routes are coming together and holding together. In coming together federations, the independent states come together to form a bigger state. For example, US Federation was formed when 50 independent states came together of their free will to form a bigger state. In coming together federations, states pool in, that is, combine their sovereignty and resources. Sovereignty means supreme, that is, free to make internal and external policies. It means they combine their powers and give it to a central government for making laws on national issues. They also pool in resources, enabling all states to access different resources essential for their development. Such pooling of sovereignty and resources helps the states to increase security without losing their identity. Moreover, all states enjoy equal powers. The other route to form federation is holding together. In this, a large country decides to divide power between center and states. Such division provides better governance. For example, in the chapter Power Sharing, we noted that Belgium divided power between center and state governments, which helped it to resolve conflicts. Similarly, in India, power is divided, which in turn helps in keeping India united and makes administration easier. However, in holding together, the states do not enjoy equal powers. This would become more clear to you when we'll discuss Indian Federation. Please read page 14 and 15 from NCERT and try to find answers to the questions given in Let Us Try.